Welcome back to The Watch. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Madam Web.
Oh, Madam Web!
I love that movie!
That's a great movie.
More specifically, the actress who played
Madam Web.
Madam Web. I was trying to remember her name in the show.
Not Vicky. Not
Doesn't matter.
Miss Web. Miss
Madam Web.
Okay.
The actress that played her has come out and said some things, and I find these fascinating.
Yes.
And let's get into it, because I feel like the end of this article might be something fun.
Oh, really? I wonder what it is.
Nathan, you brought us this one. Why don't you...
I mean, I can't read from here, but basically she's talking about how she's never going to do anything like this ever again.
Specifically, Madam Web blowback. I will never do anything like it again. Okay. I wonder why. Because it was an awful film.
Well, she talked about how the original script that she read was different to the film that they actually made.
Ooh, look at she. It's not nice to be part of. It's not nice to be part of something that's ripped to shreds. But I can't say that I don't understand.
Well, what I find more fascinating is they call this a superhero film. By what definition?
Yeah.
They wore costumes in the flash forward scene.
That doesn't count. They didn't wear costumes in the main timeline at all. It's not a superhero film.
That's what I mean. Like, there's nothing about this that's actually a superhero film.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, okay? Defend it somewhat.
The thing is, though, I think people have appreciated how, I guess, honest she's been. Like,
Yes.
she's actually been kind of funny in interviews where she's just been memeing on it. Like, she doesn't care because she knows it's dog crap. And it's like, that makes me like you more. You know?
I'm going to watch your next film you do, because hopefully it's better than this one.
I wouldn't go there, but...
I was going to say, you're going to watch 50 Shades of Grey, whatever number they're up
Preferably not, but anything that is, PG-13, sure.
to. Anyway, all right. What else have we got in here?
Well,
Nathan?
she's previously hinted during the movie's publicity tour. Johnson said the project's script about a paramedic with psychic powers was radically changed from what she originally read. Oh, I really want to know what the original was now.
Right.
But in retrospect, Johnson also felt like she perhaps isn't the right choice for the comic book movie world. Even though some critics thought her line reading the film was the best... What? The best thing in the film. It's hard to say if she's just bad acting or if she was phoning it in or it was bad directing. But the performance in Madam Web was awful. That's all I can say. But the thing is, though, I've heard reports that the actresses in the film have done decent jobs.
They have in the past.
In other films. What other film have you seen her in?
I don't know.
Then how can you say she was good in other films? Or are you talking about the
Other actresses.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't. What do you?
I think it's just the next thing.
Okay.
So this one here, you want to read this one here? It's a bit of a longer one, but
all right. I think she's saying, this is her saying, it's so hard to get movies made, and in these big movies that get made, and in these big movies, and it's even starting to happen with the little ones, which is what's really freaking me out. Decisions are being made by committees, and art does not do well when it's made by committees. I would agree.
I wholeheartedly agree with this.
100%.
Usually, like, some of the best things that have ever been made is usually when you have one vision, one someone who's passionate, who loves what they're doing, and then you have other people to help contribute to the
They
overall
assist
whole.
to the vision.
Yes.
That can backfire.
It can, because sometimes your vision is not good, but at the same time, it's like, it's much better than it being a committee-driven thing.
Star Wars The Last Jedi. Johnson got... Is it Johnson? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Johnson, he got way too much control, and he wanted to do his own Star Wars vision, and he...
But the next one, I say,
Was committee.
Was committee, and I would say was even worse.
It was
I would
worse.
actually say it is even worse. But we're trying to choose between two steaming piles of dog
But
crap
then when you have
here.
George Lucas, okay, although he may have failed in certain areas, he at least had vision for it.
He did. Here's the thing about Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. One is a worse film, but the other did more damage to Star Wars as a brand.
Which one do you think?
Last Jedi did way more damage to Star Wars.
It divided the fan base, remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I would
also
say
canonically...
Continue.
canonically, like what it did to Star Wars as a brand.
Yes, as a brand. When you say canonically, you mean the story.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker was worse for the
Like
story.
arcing in space and the chase sequence.
Yeah. Somehow Palpatine returned and destroyed the entire
and Rey
original
being
trilogy.
So tough and
Rise of Skywalker is worse for the story of Star Wars. Last Jedi was worse for the that was when the brand
but
damage
also
was done.
I think for the canon as well. Even don't get me wrong, there is some canon crap in.
Let's agree that they both suck.
Okay.
No. I want you to take a side on this one, Nathan.
Which one's worse?
For the
canon.
For the canon.
Fuck. I don't know. I need to watch them again, but I don't want it to do that. To think about probably.
I mean, the worst one in Rise of Skywalker is healing, okay, but they've already done the damage with like the power curve.
I
and the
would
training
say
and
The Last Jedi because of what they did to Luke.
Thank you. Yes.
It's okay to be wrong.
No, come on. They
Bringing-
destroyed Luke. They
What don't you understand about bringing Palpatine back nullifies the entire original story.
It does.
And literally the whole point
That's
of
why
Luke
I say
redeeming
they both
Vader.
Suck. You don't need an opinion which one's
like-
worse. They're all terrible.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
They're all terrible.
One destroyed the entire foundation of the franchise, and one just did brand damage, which was outed brand damage. Like, there's two differences here. We're talking about layers here.
We're talking about Star Wars.
It's
here
like
for
an
some
onion.
reason.
We could do a whole video on that. All right, so back to this. Like, generally, you have a singer artist, understanding what they want to achieve. She added, films are made by a filmmaker and a team of artists around them. You cannot make art based on numbers and algorithms. Is that where this is going?
I don't know, Shad. Keep
Hang
going.
on.
That's my bad.
She's shifting.
I don't know where
You
it's
can
going.
use numbers and algorithms to make art.
Okay, Terrence, you've ruined this because I think that she was talking about in terms of like box office numbers,
Yes.
YouTube algorithms, that sort of stuff.
Tyrant has ruined. He ruins so much.
It does.
It really does. My feelings have been for a long time that audiences are extremely smart. Oh, good on her for saying that. And executives have started to believe that they're not. Oh, this is praised.
Yeah.
This is why I thought this article was
Yeah.
good.
Like one of the problems of modern writing is that they think the audience is dumb and have to spell things out. We saw that with the Avatar Last Airbender writing, where
And the fact that she says it as an actress who's been in one of these films just proves that we're not making this up. She's actually probably seen it like, the executives, they've ruined this.
they think the audience is dumb.
Yeah.
Getting some wood on the ball, basically. Yeah.
They're not. Audiences will always be able to sniff out bullcrap. Even if films start to be made with AI, humans aren't going to effing want to see those.
Yeah, she's really getting it all.
Oh, that last one was nice.
Yeah.
If it's made by, if an AI piece is made by a human using AI tools, right, an artist, she might be surprised on that.
I don't think so.
You reckon like any AI anything?
I've thought about it, and I have no interest in seeing AI like videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if it's really good.
But I mean, like, what's the point?
The point is quality. If it's crap, no one watch it. If it's good, this is the actual truth, right? Most people, generally speaking, I know there are exceptions, but most people, you give them a good product at a good price, okay? They don't care how it's made. They'll consume it. They'll like it, all right? Is that wrong? Barring apocalyptically bad ethics of its being made, but then having said that, how were our iPhones made? Do you reckon how are wholly ethically made?
But
Okay.
jumping
There's so many things.
jumping so far. AI video, Nathan.
I can see its use cases, but personally, I would probably get bored of it.
What do you mean? Because you can't lump it all into one box. Because
No, but
you
like,
can use the tools to like change backgrounds and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But
like,
is that like what's the line where you say too much AI?
I don't know yet, but I know that we're getting really close to it because
the assumption to
everything is AI.
The assumption to think that like it's going to be 100% AI made where you just put in a prompt to spit it out, that'll most likely deliver crap in terms of a story, and you need a human guiding it to get results. That's my experience with AI art, and that's what it's going to be with AI video. You'll need a director, an artist, helming control to get something good.
I don't put AI video and AI art in the same sort of space because you are correct in that you don't just put in a prompt and it spits out a piece of art. I know that there is some things you got to do. You're going to get different results. Blah blah blah. I get that. AI video, from what we've seen, is a little bit different because you can put in an entire prompt, like dog walking down a beach. It's a sunny day, wearing a red Santa costume, and you're going to get kind of that. I have no interest in seeing AI video. I just have no...
I think you're judging it on the current use cases. We haven't seen what people can make with AI video, actual stringing together a narrative, dialogue,
But I just don't care. I want to watch specifically for live action stuff, I want to see people do the thing. I don't...
Then why don't you have a problem with 3D animation?
Because that requires an incredible amount of time, skill, and effort.
Guess what? A lot of the best AI work requires an incredible amount of time, skill, and effort.
Really, though?
With the limitations that's being shown in AI art, like its narrative ability, you're going to need someone doing a hell of a lot of work to make something half decent.
Yeah, it's just the skills that you need to make a movie versus putting in prompts and having to do that sort of stuff is completely different.
No, I'm talking about skill in storytelling. You're going to need that primarily.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's I'm talking specifically about the actual. How should I say, the making part of it, not the overarching story, blah, blah, blah.
Well, look, I'm not discounting the fact that you might not be interested, and there'll be people who, there are people who, if there has any AI generative tools, they're like, I will never touch it, even though they're being hypocrites because they use AI generative tools in Photoshop, and it's already been used
I've got
in
no
film
problem
and
with
everything
like AI tools being used for certain things. I just have no interest in seeing a full AI movie.
But my point is, the people who are like that, no matter what, and like I said, they end up being hypocrites because they use AI a lot, but they say any AI, no, right? They're a tiny minority. For most people in the world, you give them something good at a good price, they will love it.
I think
they will. See,
But then there's snobs like us.
Then there will be snobs. I'm not saying they won't, but like
because I think of things like Lord of the Rings. If someone remade Lord of the Rings with AI video, even if it was 1-to-1 to the book, I feel like personally, I would have more respect for the film because it was made in a different time frame.
I mean,
It was shot in New Zealand.
Of course.
Like that's what I mean. There's this element of.
This is the thing. I value handmade works that take effort, right? And so if I was seeing two identical pieces of art, one was handmade, one was AI, of course I value the handmade one as well. But this is the thing. If I see two pieces of art, one's mid-tier average, one is incredible, the mid-tier average was handmade, the one was AI, I value the AI one because of its superior quality, okay?
Yes.
My value for effort and handmade input is not universal. I acknowledge it, but I need quality. You need good results. And if it's just average tier crap or just garbage, it's like, I don't care how much time you spent on it. I'm not going to consume garbage. That's what we're seeing with Marvel now. Yeah, there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time, a lot of handmade, sincere effort. And there were people sincere work, like I'm sure a lot of the graphic artists and everything like that, working on Madam Web, working on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, working on, Marvels or something like that. And the resulting film product was absolute dog crap. Not going to consume. I'll never watch them again. We only watched it for the review. Never would have watched it if we weren't reviewing it, right? And it's going to die in obscurity because it's dog crap. But if it was really good, doesn't matter if it was made by AI. I would watch it, I would own it, and people will do it. And so that's the truth that it's gonna.
I think you're in a bubble, Shad.
Really?
Especially,
I think you're in the bubble where you think
really.
people are going to have
That's
such
the thing. Is like I'm in the opposite thing. I don't care enough to be in any bubble about AI. Like for example, AI art. Most people don't. I'm not going to say not like it. They just don't care about it. And when they see an image, you know how AI has that sort of feel to it.
Only if you don't know how to avoid it. One, I actually think that's its own aesthetic style, and I don't dislike
aesthetic.
it.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
But
when people see that aesthetic,
there
now they go.
There are so many AI images that you can't tell. And I mean heaps.
I know that you can use different models. I know you can use blah blah blah. But I'm saying there's that. What I would say is the most common one you see. With that
common
aesthetic.
style. Yeah, I get that.
When people see that, they go, I just. A lot of people
That's
don't
only,
care.
only if they're looking for it. If they're not aware, then it's good. They don't care. You're right. They don't care. They'll just enjoy it.
You look like you were going to say something.
I don't know, because
that's what
I also am just thinking. How often do I look at art in my day-to-day life? It's like
that exactly.
Like I read comic books, but usually then it's like I want there to be an artist that's made that book.
Yeah, but the thing about the Sora videos, which is why everyone's freaking out, is because of how realistic they look. They don't. So many of them don't have that AI look.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's freaking people out.
Yeah.
And a lot of these videos, if they were not told it was AI, they wouldn't have known. There's one of the car driving along the road. I never would have been able to tell.
yes, but people will always Sweet Baby Ink. We just did a video on how people know about this, and there's curated lists.
Yeah.
There's going to be that for AI.
Yeah, but there's going to be different, because one, Sweet Baby Ink is leading to bad products, and there is a really pernicious, agenda that's tied with politics. And
So you think people getting less skilled overall is better
I'm thinking it's going to create its own new skill set.
compared to practical real skills? Like something that I hate that has happened over the years, and I know Nathan will probably disagree, which is VFX has taken away a lot from practical
No, legit
effects.
though, I agree. Because when I watch old films, they feel more real and tactile. Where now everything's digital. Like I'm so mad at one of the Spider-Man movie where Nick Fury has a CGI gun and everything's green screen. Like I don't like that.
Yeah.
I miss the days when it was all
I
real.
think there's
But I think also that's again one of those, I don't know, it's one of those bubble kind of viewpoints, because most people don't care between CGI practical so long as it looks good. Proof in the pudding, the recent Dune movie. It looks phenomenal. Everyone is like, I heard no one say, I wish they used practical effects in Dune, right? Because it looked great.
But Oppenheimer also used practical effects.
Yeah,
and everyone
like-
loved that as well. They were both. One was CGI
Again,
and one was.
I haven't heard
practical.
anyone say, I wish they used CGI. Like, they don't
Yeah.
care so long as it's good.
Yes.
Yes. And going back to your point, what was the point you had before?
I don't know.
You were saying something about before you
Skill sets?
skill sets. Okay, this is something that very few people are unaware with because they genuinely don't have enough experience to figure this out. Right? I have genuinely seen this trend. Okay. Casuals, they just get an AI. Yeah, they just prompt everything.
Yeah.
As soon as I've seen people wanting to actually get better
Right.
at it, right? This has been a consistent thing so far. They naturally start working on other artistic skills to get better. I've seen people start to draw more once they really start getting into AI art because they need that guidance. And that's actually, like, when you really get into these things, it encourages you to develop traditional skills in other mediums. And so the claim that it's going to reduce skill overall,
Well, it
I
will,
think
'cause
is
then cinematographers,
founded on zero
VFX,
evidence.
practical effect. Like we're talking about an entire
It creates a new
film-
skill set. And we're not saying, like, the idea that it would lessen skill overall, I think has no evidence to back up that claim. I'm seeing the reverse. I'm seeing people developing more skill to get better results out of this, these tools. That's my experience. I'm drawing now more since using AI tools than I was before. It has reinvigorated my passion for creating art.
How many skill sets would you say you need to make a film? If you did
lot.
a
Writing
lot.
is a big one.
A lot. You need a lot.
Yeah.
AI, you can get away with just a couple.
But practically, how many can you get good at to make a film? No one person can do everything. There are people who will focus on specific tasks, like visual effects,
but there are a lot of
like
people-
modeling of things, like writing, directing, all those things.
There are a lot of people who can do a lot of skills, and a
but
lot of
not
people learn all of those
But
skills so that they can be better at overall at creating a product.
To me, I think it's a very unsubstantiated point that is not going to play out. I think skills, you need skills to use this technology, and it's not going to get to the point where it'll do everything for you. It's getting better, but it's going to hit a roof.
Okay, now let's talk about the practical reality of this. Companies getting a hold of this. You think it's bad now with actual actors and blah, 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 blah. What do you think is going to happen when they have AI?
First of all, people generally aren't going to care if they make a good product with it. If it's a bad product, if it's like, it's just AI sludge, people won't buy it. And then they might blame AI, but it's not actually blaming AI or traditional or anything. It's about quality. If you make something good, people will happily
And
get
how
it.
much good things have been made lately?
Well, that's the thing. That's why this is the thing. Instead of saying, oh no, AI is going to make everything bad, people are starting to say AI actually might help us get good products again. Because the writing is so bad, we've actually been saying maybe it would have been better if they used AI. But the thing is, it won't. Because you need a talented writer to be able to know if what the AI makes is good. And then on top of that, you actually need someone to correct it and fix it and work along with it. Now, I don't need that because I like to write and I'm good at it. And so I don't see, I'm not going to be probably using any AI tools for writing. Visual stuff, love the art, but I enjoy the writing process so much, right? But I am interested in the technology. And so there is this guy that's written a book, a novel with AI using AI generative tools. And you know what he said about how much work it took? He's written books without it, and he's done a whole book with it. It took the same amount of work and time. It's just that it took to work with the technology, to recorrect, to re-edit, to refine a prompt, to teach it how to write in certain styles. It was like he needed to teach it how to do Sherlock Holmes style writing, everything, just as much work.
So what's the point?
And that's the thing. He says it helped him get through certain writing barriers, okay, writer's block barriers and stuff like that. And if you enjoy this new process, even if it takes as much work, you will do that one because it's more enjoyable. That's what.
Sure.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. I love the process of making AI art. I find it really enjoyable. I find it engaging and challenging and stuff like that. So much more than spending hours trying to get the right shape as I'm drawing. And I can hand draw, but I enjoy the making AI art more. The process. I actually enjoy the process more.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's just AI film is not like AI art. This is a different... Like, most of the media in the world is film.
So... I think a lot of parallels are going to happen anyway, though, in terms of the work going in.
I don't think so, because think of like something you wouldn't even think about is like likeness. Usually we have actors in films, they get paid for it, blah, blah, blah. So when you do an AI film, what do the people look like? Well, what if they look like nobody? They create the random faces. Well, it's like, all right, well, what if we want to do another film with that face sort of thing? Who owns the licensing? Just things like that where we're entering
I think we're
such...
getting off topic.
Well, I'm just saying, we're getting into such uncharted territory with AI film that the barriers are not the same as AI art. Like, it's just so different.
There'll be new barriers, though.
Yes.
It'll have its own challenges, and it require its own skill set to overcome.
I meant, yes, sure.
Yeah. So, interesting that she brings that up. Like, she says, even if films start to be made with AI, humans aren't going to effing want to see those. I think that's right. It wholly depends on quality.
Let us know in the comments. I'm actually curious
if
you guys...
Like, it wholly depends on quality. Look, we've seen this recently with Pal World. There was massive accusations that AI was used in designing the pals, the animals.
Didn't they say they did not at all, emphatically?
No, I haven't heard that. But
Nathan?
It's a grey area.
It's unconfirmed, right? But even in the height of the accusations where people were saying it was being used, sales are just going up. People don't care as long as you give them something you want.
Sure. That doesn't really prove anything because there's no proof either way.
Pal
right?
World is one of the evidence. And look, I'm going to be actually exploring this. I'm working on a graphic novel that's going to have a handmade traditional one with an AI variant. And I'm very interested to see.
I think we all are, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting because it's going to be one of the few actual professional integrations of AI. Because it's going to be... There are people who have made AI comic books and everything. They can't really compete because they're not at the level yet. Because one of the reasons why traditional comic books are better, you have an artist pacing, like setting the panels, making the visual storytelling, getting the poses and stuff like that can just do it 100 times better than an AI can spit out. And then even if you have a human artist trying to guide it with the AI, they're not a professional comic book artist. They can't do it as well as a comic book artist. I'm going to be doing both. Where I'm going to get the comic book artist to make the traditional one, use that as the foundation then for the AI enhanced version, sell both, and it's gonna look so damn cool. But already, when I show my AI pieces to the average person, they're like, "That looks freaking cool." They don't care if it was made by AI. It's like, that looks cool. That's the result. Was there anything else that we want to cover in the article?
That was basically her comments. I think she has some really good takes in terms of getting executives off creatives' backs and actually having... It's good to know that some people in Hollywood are actually aware of the issues we bring up a lot on that watch. So it's like... It's a little bit of a wing. Yeah.
That's why I mean that people started kind of like I think she has she's kind of cool. I don't know anything else about her, so... who knows? But I think her response to all this has been kind of funny, and it almost seems like because there's rumors that she got into the film by mistake, even to begin with, that she didn't even want it. Do you think she could be like a comic book superhero character, like if she was in a good film?
Well, she said she didn't like the process, so I wonder, because it was a Sony process as well, if she did with Marvel, if it would be different. I don't know.
Probably not, honestly.
I mean, it wasn't a superhero film, so
there's that as
maybe
well.
she would actually like a real superhero film.
Also, Sydney Sweeney, what's her name?
Yeah.
She also dunked on it as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah, she was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
She got a lot of attention for it, or should I say two things got a lot of attention for it. And then she dunked on Got him.
Thanks, Shad.
I did!
Anyways.
And she says, I don't know, something about like She likewise commented on, you have seen me in Anyone But You and Euphoria. You definitely did not see me in Madam Web. Meaning, no one watched the film. Yeah, like, good on her. She seems to be taking it well. If anything, I think it's made her more popular.
Yeah, I think they all become
only because of the contrast of what they did to her in the film versus
who she is as a person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean like that.
Sure you did. Yeah, that's what's been getting her attention. People have been really attracted by her personality.
Did you have a comment on that, Nathan?
No, I got no comment. Nothing to say to that.
There has been one or two things that...
Does she bring up some good points, Nathan?
You like her in-depth takes on the geopolitical state of the
guys,
conflicts in the Middle
can we just talk about politics? Like...
What do you guys think? This is like a stealth AI video. I loved it. It's only because Tyreth wanted to argue.
Yeah, thanks, Tyreth, for bringing it up to us.
You found this and brought this.
There were other comments, and I thought they were good.
Yeah,
It just had to finish off with the AI thing, and then I had to spool into this video.
And you just wanted to keep going. Oh, fine, I'm there.
Yeah, you feed the ducks, and then you'll just keep... Anyways, everyone, please, stay on watch.